See everybody. Looking back at the game, there were times that we played well enough to win the game, and then obviously there were breakdowns, just not consistent enough playing the complementary football that it takes to win a game in the Big Ten Conference. And we weren't consistent enough to overcome negative plays in the second half or in the fourth quarter specifically. And it's never, in my opinion, it's never just one play. Okay, it's a combination or a series of plays that result in the situation in whether you win or you don't. And we came up short. And that really, really hard, gut-wrenching in a lot of ways, because it was the first time, and I told the team this morning, it's really the first time this year, and I'm not going back and trying to go back to the start of the season until now, but it was the first time I really felt like a team. From the emotional investment to guys really celebrating each other's success, and you could feel it building up last week, that it was really meant something to it. I am not saying that it hadn't meant something to us in the previous 7 weeks or so. Saturday we looked like a closer of a team that had made progress. So there are certainly areas of improvement that are needed. We're working tirelessly to address those situations and needs to get us in position to play consistent winning football. Specifically third downs on offense. You can be better in first and second down and get a third down manageable, and that helps out. So it's not just we were 1 for 9 on third downs, what's the problem? Well, it goes back to are we good on first and second down to give third down and manageable? And on third downs, we got to sometimes either play call or making a play, play and catch, missing a block. It's all encompassing on trying to become a better team. And then defensively, the times that we play good on defense, we don't give up explosive plays. And that sounds so easy and so elementary, but it's not. And it comes down, there were cases the other day that we lost on a 50-50 ball. There were positions that we were in to make plays and they made them, we didn't. I think that when you do a deep dive and you look at the evaluation of do we like this play call or do you love it or is it a bad play call? There's some of that in there as well. And then there were some technique things the other day that hurt us in our man coverage that hasn't shown up the last couple of weeks, but it did the other day. So all in all, I thought you look at those couple of areas and then you look at special teams. Special teams gave us a chance to win the other day. We were smart. Mike Jack did a great job on drawing the foul on the punt return. When in the penalty there, gave us great field position. The kickoff return, something that we identified that we could probably get a big return on, and our kids did a great job on executing exactly what it was supposed to look like, and they did it. And that gave us a chance with field position. You look at in total, I think we had over an 8-yard advantage every time we took the ball or took the field the other day, and that's winning in that area. Now the opportunity to reset, refocus, develop our plan, focus on the moment, be where your feet are, right here, right now, on putting together a plan and a practice and the habits and the things that we need to go play winning football at Michigan. They're 6-2. It'll be a night game. They're 4-1 in Big Ten Conference. A great team led by Coach Moore with really, really good staff, great coaches, tremendous players, and they play well together. We played there 2 years ago, been in the environment before. What a great place to play a game. We had a great, you look at today's schedule, we changed our Monday up just a little bit. It was by design when we started the season. So we had 4 weeks and then a bye. We've had 4 weeks. And then you look at just the total number of rep count. We did a little bit of a different Monday practice today, and our kids did a great job attacking it. We got more plays in today than we do on a normal Monday. Our staff did a great job getting the plan together yesterday and last night to get us to today's practice, and then it's full steam ahead on situational ball, game planning, what that looks like, and then can we be great teachers? Can we put our guys in position to go play fast, play confident, play together, and we'll have a really good week of preparation. I have no doubt about that. Excited for the opportunity to play against a really good opponent.
You constantly mention getting 1% better, getting better every day, and I felt like the blocking aspect was, much improved from any point this season. Did you kind of see it that way on the offense?
I thought we blocked pretty well, point of attack against Minnesota. not so much last week against Northwestern, but I thought just the communication piece and the execution and pass protection, one of the better weeks we've had, yes.
And then Josh was talking about how earlier this year you used Mock to carry the ball 30 plus times, and it seems like you've struck more of a balance between three guys now. What's the dynamic there where you know, they all offer something different, but you want to keep everybody fresh throughout the course of the game?
I think it's been big for us. You know, you look at the ability to spread the carries a little bit, to spread some of the things that we're asking them to do in the pass game. They've all responded really well. They give us advantages in certain situations with play calls. They all three can do the same things, but some of them are a little better at some of the things than others, and that's usually the way it goes. I think it's kind of worked itself out there with three guys helping us go play winning football offensively when they get their number called, and I'm proud of what they've done. You know, the last thing a running back wants to do is step up and take on the Mike linebacker, the defensive end, but they all have grown to enjoy doing that and understand. I don't know if they enjoy it, and they understand how important it is in that role for them to do their job.
Barry, I know Coach has taken one game at a time, but surely you've had a chance at some point to sneak a peek at the November schedule. The media talks about it, the fans talk about it. I mean, how do you stay focused and try to manage what's lurking for this team come November?
Yeah, if I look past, it's 11-17, if I look much past what I've got right here, then I'm failing the organization. It's just not fair, because any of those things, I don't control any of them anyway. What I do control is as soon as this is over, I'm up game planning with the offense and defense. And if you ever get, that's why I mentioned focus on the moment, because I knew, Tom, you were going to ask that question. Be where your feet are, the right here and the right now. If you don't focus on those things, you're going to lose. You're going to be all over the place. And I've got a checklist of the things that I've got to do every single day. And if I get off that or let your mind wander into something else, then I'm not doing right by these kids, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to let them down on thinking about, man, what's next week or the next week. Or now we've got people in the building and the organization that they're planning the trips ahead. They're planning Thanksgiving meal for us. They're planning senior day. They're doing all those things. But structurally, on how to get this team ready to go play in Ann Arbor, my plate is full.
You know, you said after the game Saturday that the administration's giving you everything you need to succeed here. I'm constantly peppered with questions about, you got rev share, right? The NIL situation, there's no more Boilermaker Alliance. I mean, is there a pot of money in addition to rev share that you guys can use to build a roster?
I will say that, you know, I talked to two coaches this morning, ex-coaches, I guess I should say at this point in the season, and you know, some of those conversations came up because I'm searching for answers and ways to do it. Money is not always the answer. Okay, getting the right fit in the organization and the right people in the right places. Ultimately that's the answer. Purdue has been very aggressive in giving us every single thing that we need, and I don't have one question at all about what we have to build a roster from a financial standpoint.
Health-wise, I mean, can you give us any update on Slusher? You know, could this be the week for Morissette? Is George Brand any better at this point? Just some, I guess, the guy's been dealing with stuff.
Slusher was limited today, but practiced. He's on track, would be my belief. Morissette did more today. I think he's getting close. You know, I've said it before, there's a difference in it's clear to be able to run straight ahead and making progress, but can you run a 20 to 18 yard comeback and, you know, get in and out of your break and change the directions and all those? There's a difference in being cleared and being cleared for activity. I do think in all three of those guys that you mentioned that they're making great progress, and I think we're really close to being. Tomorrow will be a true test. Can we do some live work? Can they get in good on good? If that's the case, then we'll see what Wednesday looks like with how do they respond after the added work. Burheen's not. It's, you know, he had a surgical procedure, and he's still, there's a time frame there of healing that he's not in a position that he would play this week.
Barry, knowing that you're playing outdoors in late October and November, and then you've had some practices indoors, what goes through the process of deciding whether you're going to be indoors or outdoors for practice?
Yeah, I think I'm not a very good weatherman, but neither is anybody else. It's kind of 50-50, right? So you look at it, you project on what you think it's going to be on Saturday, and then you look back at how can we get our absolute best practice and what does this team need. This morning on what we were doing, it was an easy transition from meetings in the weight room out on the field to get the work we wanted. There was enough space to do those things. We didn't do a lot of kicking today, so we didn't need extra space. We'll be outside tomorrow morning. There's no chance of rain right now. Saturday night, but that could change. Wednesday, it's supposed to rain here at some point, so we'll look at those things. Do we need to be in the elements or not? And I'm not concerned about the cooler temperatures. We get enough of that early morning here, so we'll be okay. I mean, there's had a number of guys on the staff that want to volunteer to be the weather guy where we practice indoors and outdoors. It changes about every week because they never get it right. So I've just taken it on.
And then throughout the course of the season, you've had Monday practices open to the media. Today, you did not. Was there an advantage you felt having practice closed today?
No, and we weren't trying to hide anything. It was just y'all wouldn't have got much out of being out there today. I mean, you would have, but it was structured so differently. It was a run through. It was different, but it was also designed at the beginning of the year on what we thought from a rep count standpoint, what we needed. Time change was a little bit different. So of getting actually on the field, we extended meetings for a little bit longer in the classroom. So I don't want you to read into why we closed practice. We didn't do anything crazy.
Anything else for Coach? Tom?
I forgot you guys did play in the big house. Just what that environment's like, and relating it to maybe some of the guys on the roster haven't been in that type of an environment.
Yeah, I think in its conference, I mean, every single week, Ross-Ade is, has become, and I knew it would be, my favorite place to be in the world. And then you look at the environments and the opportunities you get to take a team in an away game when they're I'm sure we'll sell it out. What a great historical venue that will be. We were there 2 years ago, like I mentioned, so we got a feel for it. They're loud. They're smart fans. They know when to cheer, and so we've got to create our own energy. We've got to make sure that we have elite focus in the snap count and all the different things to be able to execute the play call. And then once you get into that, the distraction control piece of how we approach things as a team is so important. Don't worry about all the people in the stands. They're not playing the game. Okay, don't let them play the game. Let's line up 11 on 11, go play ball.
Anything else?